Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing Encrypted Message. And you can see Sleuth there trying very hard to decipher a message using what looks to be on his desk almost like an enigma machine. And based on his facial expression, not having a lot of success, he's looking pretty unhappy trying to decipher this message. Now, hopefully, this is not like a clairvoyant thumbnail, and then we're going to end up struggling trying to decrypt this message, and hopefully will unwind fairly quickly. Let's take a look at what we have in store for today. So, Encrypted Message by Willpower. Will, I promise you, the Enigma thing wasn't some sort of subliminal message, don't mention the war and all that, per Faulty Towers. And we got the following set of rules. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So place the digits 1 to 9 once in every row, every column, every 3 by 3 box. Fairly standards for the regular viewers, I imagine, of this channel. We also have a number of fairly set standard variant rules. So killer cages, numbers in cages sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. Doesn't need to mention the fact that they are non-repeating digits in the cage because, as you can see, all the cages are contained within the same boxes. So we know that the numbers are definitely unique. And what we need to do is essentially, based on this outline here, is that these two cells, once you sum them up, have to come up to 5. These two cells are 6, 5 again, 15, etc. Quite a lot of cages throughout. We also have KROPKI pairs. So numbers with a white dot between them are consecutive, and not all possible dots are given. So if we imagine this cell here and this neighboring cell connected by the white dot, if that was a 2, this would have to be consecutive. It'll be 1, as in 1 plus 1 is 2, or 3, 2 plus 1 is 3. So that would be a valid pencil marking for this white KROPKI dot. Now lastly, and I guess this is what the encrypted message is about, after completing the puzzle, within the shaded area, so these, replace the following numbers with the following letters. 1 would be Y, 2 would be D, 3 would be C, 4 would be A, 5 is I, 6 is H, 7 is N, 8 is V, and 9 is E. So tempting to actually use it as part of the solve. I'm sure at some point we're going to be able to actually take a look at digits, and from the digits and the substitutions, only one of them would make sense. But whilst very tempting, I'm going to just try and just stick to Sudoku for today. So if you want to decrypt this message alongside me, link will be in the description down below as usual for you to play along. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So the 6 and 5 cage is in the same box is actually quite interesting to me, as is the 14 and 15 cage. So I'm going to just start in here. And the reason I say it's interesting is one of the options for 6 is 2 and 4. The other option being 1 and 5. But I think 2 and 4 breaks the puzzle immediately, because the 5 is either a 2-3, which it can't be because I've used it in here, or a 1-4, which again it can't be because I've used the 4 in here. So I think that tells us this has to be a 1-5 in the 6 cage, and as a result, because the 1 is used, it's not a 1-4, it is a 2-3. Look at this 2-3 staring at a 5 down here. This has to be a 1-4 option, and a 1-5 staring at the 1-4, that's got to be 4, that's got to be 1. Now there's something very similar going on in here, and I think, yeah, the 6-8 option, so there's two options, 5, 9, 6, 8. If I use 6 and 8 for the 14 cage, I've broken the 15. Because the two options, 6 and 9, not possible, I've used the 6. And 7 and 8, also not possible, I've used the 8. So this has to be 5, 9, and because I've used the 9, this has to be 7, 8. And we've got the same thing going on here, 7, 8, looking at this 15 cage, this must be a 6, 9 cage. And we also can resolve it, same as we did in here. That 5, 9 is staring at a 6, 9. That's got to be the 6. That's got to be the 9. And we have digits. in 2 minutes. One, so the 5 in here, that could still be 2, 3, or, so ignore that for now. I'm kind of tempted by the other cages that are in there. They're probably a bit more restricted now. Shall we think about the 7? So that's not 1, 6. It's also not 3, 4. It's 2, 5. That's the only option remaining. 2, 3 in here tells us the 2 has to be in here. The 5 has to be in here. The 9, I'm guessing now, is very restricted. It's not 1, 8. It's not 2, 7. And it's not 4, 5. This is a 3, 6. The 2, 3 pair tells us that's the 3. That's the 6. Doesn't actually, shockingly, resolve any of this, but okay. This is now 7, 8, 9. This is also 7, 8, 9. Because even if this is a 7, that can't be a 6. I've already placed it. So I have a 7, 8, 9 triplet, which I think forces this to be a 5, forces this to be a 9. And then I'm left with 1, 2, 4. Oh, God, then I'll place the letters, but I won't use them. So they're 1, 2, or 4, which gives us Y, D, and A, which I think is almost certainly going to spell out day. So it's almost certainly going to be 2, 4, 1 in here. 7, 8, 9 on a white KROPKI. One of them has to be even, one of them has to be odd for it to be consecutive. Obviously, if these are 7 and 9, this is not going to work. So that gives me the 7 in here, the 8 in here. This is no longer an 8. And it doesn't quite resolve these. Okay. Where do we go from here? Is the 12 cage similarly restricted in this box? Maybe. So, I mean, obviously, 6 doesn't work. 5, 7 seemingly works. I could do 7 and 5 in this order. 8, 4 seemingly works. 8, that's an 8, that's a 4. And then obviously 9, 3 doesn't. So it's restricted, but not enough to force it. And then the 6 actually eliminates 4s and 5s, because one of them is going to be 1, 5, and this would be 4. 2, 4, this would be a 5. But I don't know which one it is yet. Maybe I'll... Sorry, 9, looking at a 7, 9, that's actually resolved. That's not a 7, that's not a 7, that's an 8, 9 pair. That 7 is staring at this. This is an 8, 9 pair as well. Dear oh dear, Sleuth. Anything else we can do in here? Maybe these are not 2s. One of these is a 2. Not very helpful. I think I'm going to move on from here and just see if I can do a bit of Sudoku magic. I mean, the 15 cage and 2 15s in the same box as well. Actually, how did I solve the 6, 5 in this box and just completely miss it? That it's there in box 2. Sleuth, sleuth, sleuth. This is 1, 5. This is 2, 3. Same kind of logic as in box 1. If that was 2, 4, that would break the 5. And because this is 1, 5, this is not 1, 4. This is 2, 3. So pay attention, Sleuth. That's therefore a 4. This is an 8. That's the only way to complete the 12 cage. Doesn't give us the 2, 3. Can I do anything else with this? Doesn't seem like it. So essentially we've got another 6, 7, 8, 9 with a 4, which is not in here. So this is 6, 7, or 9, because we've already placed the 8. 7 is not in any of these. Yeah, I'm going to go with my gut on this and see if I can actually use Sudoku here just to force a few things. So for example, let's think 3s are in here. 2s are there. 1, 5, 1, 5. This is actually known. This is 1, 3, 5. And then there's another 8, 9 in here, and the 4, 6, because the 4 and 6 are not in there, not in here. So 4s and 6s are actually up here. That's not a 6, and this is no longer an option. That's not a 6 either. With an 8 or 9, mind you. Do I want to rewrite this? Not really. I'm just going to leave it for now. And then in here, back in here, presumably this is 7 or 8, because it can't be 6, 9, and it's not the 4. We've placed it. And then there's another 7 or 8 with 4 and 9 to complete the column. And now I've placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 has to be in here. And then I have another one of these 7, 8, 9s kind of in this column. And 2 of them, hang on. There's 1 in here. Yeah. 9. Yeah, of course. The 9 counts as part of the 7, 8, 9. So another 7, 8. So that's the 3 of them covered in box 4. Are any of these kind of solved? At least seemingly not yet. That feels like a total waste of time. Shall we just move on? Let's move on and actually try the other way around, rows instead. This 1, 5, it's not in here. It's not there because I've already got a 1, 5 pair. That's a 1, 5. The 2, 3s we've placed, so I've got something kind of similar going on with this 2, 3, I'm going to say. It's not in any of these. It's not here. It's not there. I think this has to be the 2, 3. And we have a 2, 3 pair. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all done. Then we have 6. I mean, that's not a 4. Then we have 6, 7, 9 left. Not 8 because we've placed it in this triplet here. Yeah, still not enough. 1, 5, 1, 5, 2, 3. Yeah, unfortunately this can be a 4. So it doesn't quite resolve things for me. So essentially I have a 4, 7, 8 between these. Not a 7. And I guess that could be a 7 as well, so that doesn't force anything. I don't know if I'm on the right track here at all. I'm just going to move on again. 8, 9. I don't think this can be a 9, for example. So this is either 6, 9, forcing this to be an 8, or this is 7, 8, forcing this to be a 9. So this is essentially never a 9. And in here, we've got a 6, 7 and an 8, 9, sort of making a quadruple here. And then we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 4. That's forced. This is a real stretch. I'm not sure this is the way to go about solving it, if I'm honest. And then 1, 2, 3, 5 left with this 2, 3. Cool. I mean, I'll use it. Let's just keep going. That's 7, 8. There's a 9 in here somewhere with one of 6, 7, or 8. We don't know which. How about I use the cages? They're meant to do something, surely. 4, this could be 4, this could be 1, these could be 2, 3. And of course, don't ignore the white KROPKI dots. I'm sure they're useful. How about this white KROPKI dot? So it's not 9, 8, it can't be 7 because 6 and 8 are gone. 5, this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, not 2. Yeah, not that useful. And then one of these is a 7, also not that useful. So this is not it either. Can I figure out which ones is the 6, 9 and which ones is the 7, 8? And then this triplet is actually probably another challenge. So whether this is 1, 4 or 2, 3, I mean, the least restricted option would be 2, 3, giving me the option of having 4, 5, 6 on here. And the fact that it's 3, I think is significant, because I've essentially used 9, 8, 7, 6 between these 4 cells. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have 3 of them. I mean, ignore this one for a second. I've got 2 of them. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a quintuple now, making this for certain not a 4, this for certain not a 2. Yeah. So this was 7, 8, or 9. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Yeah, I'm just repeating myself. And this, well, there you go. That's, how about pay attention there? That has to be the 5, because I need a digit that is not from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That is contiguous with this group. So that's got to be 6, 5, 4. That forces this now to be 2, 3. And that forces this to be 1. This is now not a 6. I'll remove the, and therefore this is now a 2, 6 pair. This is 7, 8, and 9. This is 7, 8, and 9. Therefore this is 6, 7, or 8. Yeah, that looks right. Can I do anything in here with the 4s and 9s? Not really. And not really. The 5 gives me the 1 and the 5. Not 1, not 4. Yeah, this is definitely a message that requires a bit of focus to decrypt. 5s and 5, that's a 5. I mean, there's loads that seems to be doable in this section, so maybe that's where I should pay attention to next. 1, 2, 2, 4, and then all 3. I've placed quite a few of these. So essentially there's another 2, 3, and a 1 between these. 1, 2, 3, not 2. I'm probably over pencil marking now, and I'm going to start missing things if I keep this rate. Maybe I should just appreciate the puzzle a bit more and actually think about what the digits are. Such as there's definitely a 7 in this box in here, not there, obviously nowhere else. So this is forced. 6s, forces a 6 in here, forces a 6 in there. These are now, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 as usual. It sort of keeps emerging, keeps coming up again and again. So what would this be? This is 2 or 3. This is 1, 2, or 4. Yes, again, too many options, too many options. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 all placed in here. This is from 7, 8, 9. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because they can't be in here. So this is a triplet again. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 6. So this can't be, this is a 6 with, I guess, the 2, 3. So the 1 and the 4 are not in here. Where are they in the box? That's the 4 for sure. So, you know, very much on track for being day. That's not a 4. That's a 1, 2 pair now. And if memory serves, that's the A gone from both of them. Be ironic if I'm trying to solve it with Sudoku and you can't, and you actually have to use the letters. I mean, that would be very, very ironic, but it's just certainly not the way it's phrased with the rules. Where to next? How about that's not 2 or 3. Therefore, this is, well, the only remaining option is 3 in here because it can't be 2. It sees the 2. So that can't be a 1. That's 4. That's 3. That's 2. That's 3. That was probably there for ages. Therefore, that's a 1. That's a 2. Yeah, very much on track for essentially just spelt out day. Therefore, this is a 3-6 pair. And as a result, this is a 2. And we know that this is a 4. Yeah, I've definitely over pencil marked now because it will slow me down immensely trying to solve this now. Yep, 6, 3. It's probably enough information on the grid now to solve it all. Yep, 3. Not 1 or 5, that's just 5. That's 3. Do I have the 2, 6? Almost. That's not 4. In fact, the only place left for 4 is in here. And there, this is from 7, 8, or 9. That's the usual triplet. Then we've got another, well, actually no 6 in here. No 6. Well, hang on, this could be. For a second, I was thinking this means this is a 6-9 pair. It isn't. Have a think, though, about the 1. That's the 1. Actually, the 2 is forcing this to be a 2. And this, therefore, this is indeed a 6-9 pair. And this is a 7-8 pair. 6, 9 out of here. This is now 7 and 8, which forces a whole bunch of things. This is 6. This is 9. This is 8. This is 9. That's 7. That's 8. That's 7. That's 9. I think we're on the home stretch now. 8, 7. This is 8, 9. No, not resolved. 7 down here, though, gives me an 8, 9 pair. That's a 6. That's the 9. Bounces back, 8, 9, 8. This is presumably 7. Yes, it is. This 8 sees the 7 and 8. This is a 6. Have I not resolved these original 1, 5s, these 2, 3s? No. That's not, well, I mean, let's just write these in. This is 6 and 9, and we actually know them because we've placed them. That's 9, that's 6. How are we doing? We're at coming up to 20 minutes. We can almost do this. And under 20, almost. Sorry, I'm just rushing now, trying to see if I can complete it within 20 minutes. I'm just going to miss out on it, I think. This is already known. That's 8. We don't know what these are. All right, let's finish this. We've got 5, which can go only in here, then 7 and 9. That 9 at the bottom tells me that's the 9, that's the 7. I can place the 7s now. I need 1 and 2. That's 1. That's 2. Exactly on 20 minutes. Beautiful puzzle, as always, willpower. Now, on to the reveal. So, changing to letters. The 6 becomes H. I'm guessing it's going to be have. Yeah. A. V. E. A. What's 5? I. Is it nice day? Yes, I think it is. Nice day. That's the message. Well, I think it's a lovely message. Hope you guys have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed the puzzle and the video, and see you back for the next one. Bye for now.